Namaste. I'm Spirit, and I'm back. On this time, I'm gonna do this one because I feel a lot of people need it, and it would help them a lot. Also, uh, this is called multigenerational wealth. Attain it. I call it multigenerational wealth because uh, people feel, and I watched some of the shows that it was, uh, we lost our legacy, our wealth with only within one generation. No, no, that would have been just the people that came over as the first generation. But no, it wasn't taken just like that. Uh, how long was slavery? And I'll tell you how long the Europeans had been taking a legacy, a wealth for the generations that came behind. That's why I call it multi-generational wealth, because slavery was years and years and years. It lasted for years. So you have to change your thought patterns and think bigger, all right? Because you can get there. But I will explain to you how you can get there and continue with attaining multi generational wealth, getting it back. All right, let's see here. This is today's prayer. Oh, darn. Let's see, put it up here. Let's see how that does. Okay, that you might. Nah. Okay. It says here today's prayer, a sweet friendship refreshes the soul. Proverbs chapter 27, verse 9. So I'm going to give you the points on the things you have to do first. Okay. Uh, I put here because I feel a lot of people is going to have to do this first before they can get a budget, a budget that they will be comfortable with following over the years. And you have to stick with this budget over your lifetime. So I said that downsize if needed income under a certain amount. And that will be your budget. Okay. And here's some things you need to start with. Okay. Things that you can downsize with is one, trade in car if that is the biggest uh, monthly that you pay. That's the biggest monthly bill. Okay, you might not want to hear that, but you if you want to make a legacy for your children, then you have to bite the bullet and go all in. Okay, so say for example you got a 2020. Okay, uh, go down to maybe 2000, year 2000, and get you something like a Beetle, which is easy on gas. And I heard that Hondas are good, Toyotas, they are good, they last. Uh, so something like that would be easy on gas, and that has good motors and everything. I've heard of that. And for, once you do this, you take care of that used car like it was your first born. You know, when it needs a tune up, go get it. When it needs oil change, go get it. Whatever it needs, even the smallest maintenance, go and get it done. Because this car is supposed to last you at least 10 years or more. Okay? Long as it's running, you keep it and take care of it. Like I said, like your first born child. You don't have to keep trading in, and trying to show off for the Joneses next door. They probably going through the same thing you're going through. So downsize the cars. Okay? Now, say for example, you have a home and the kids are out of the house or getting ready to leave the next year when they graduate. And you have three, 4-bedroom house with 3 bathrooms. Okay, so your last kid is leaving next year. Why are you keeping that monster? You know, you don't need it. It'll only be two of you. Who's going to be doing all that cleaning? Okay, you said not yours. Okay, so this is the next thing. Check into downsizing your home since it's only going to be you and the husband next year. Uh, and you all will be older. You might want to get a 1 level, 2 bedroom, 2 bath, or 2 bedroom, 1 bath, so the kids can come back and visit you uh, from the college. Okay, check into that. Uh, find out what you need to do and how much it will cost to sell your house. And then from those monies, okay, you can start to rebuild your savings. Okay, and you could look into investments also, so too. But start with the savings first because uh, there's a certain amount of money you should have. And the emergency fund, I'm not sure how much it is. I'll ask my co-host, and I'm sure she'll know. And then the next time I can tell you what you will need for emergency fund. And have an emergency fund specific so you won't have to dip into it unless it's an emergency. Then have another savings and start to build up that. With these things, you can put the most minimum that the bank says you can open up. a savings account, these two savings accounts. What I would do, I would put the minimum amount, what I would do, $50 on each account. And then it depends on how often you get paid. If you get paid every 2 weeks, then take and put 50 if you can. At this point, if you sold your house and you're still working, then you should be able to. And to each account, the emergency fund and just the savings. Okay. Uh, Now the let's see. The fourth thing is this. Just write these down, and you could decide on them if you want to declutter your finances. Okay. Uh, Buy a second older car. By that, you can trade in, okay, your younger car for a new car, a younger car for an older car, which is better. And you might not have any payments. And if you do, it's not much. It won't be much. So, but that big old clunker is probably like $400, $500 a month. And then plus the insurance, you have to have liability and collision. But with the older car, you only have to have liability. So there you save two places, the car and the insurance. These are things you should be considering if you want to build your legacy for your children. You have to bite the bullet and stop these things. Uh, okay. Also, too, in the emergency fund, uh, I would put monies also in there for your car because you have a used car now, uh, and it's getting older, and you want to have monies in there if you need repairs. Okay, so make sure you put a proper amount in there for it in case you need a repair in the future. Okay, now the next thing is this. I'm sure you would want your child to not to have to take out loans. Yep, I would. So then you can start a college fund for your child or children, even though uh, the last one is going in next year. You could start it at this point now for the ones that are already in college. So open a college fund at your bank. And if you were a stay at home mom, go back to work. You don't have to go full time, but any little bit monies will help you, your children, and your husband. So go back to work. You could get a remote job and do it part time. Okay. You could start a YouTube channel. Eventually, it does pay. Okay. So those are suggestions. And I would suggest you take my suggestions and look into them. Okay, but these are only suggestions. You might have something better. Okay, and once you've decluttered and you have money up front and you know how much it is, uh, then you could decide to do a budget. Okay, and say for example, your budget is let's see, maybe $5,000 a month. Now, say $4,000 a month. Okay, then you have to decide what your goal is. I would say the first goal would be an emergency fund slash car fund. That probably will come first. In my mind, with me, that's what I would do. I would start that. That would be the goal. And then you write it down in your little budget book. Okay? Uh, then the second step is to take action. By this, I mean uh, start putting money away out of the next paycheck. And also, too, while you're doing all of that, uh, you might be able to think of other ways that you can declutter your finances. One way is Starbucks. Everybody loves Starbucks, but me, I don't like coffee, and I don't drink it like that. But a lot of people do, and Starbucks is like, what about $8 a cup? Uh, Consider you drink it 5 times uh, a week. So 5 times 8 is 40. So right there, good grief. Oh, 5 times. Oh, that's a lot. 5 times 8. Ooh, that's a lot. So that's like what, $160 because of the yeah, $160. Stop drinking the coffee. Get you a little Keurig or whatever you call it that, and get you some coffee, and we go earlier enough for the perk or whatever you call it, and go shower, come back, fix you a cup of coffee, and with whatever you want, put in it, and make it as close to Starbucks as possible. And then get one of those cups you could get from the Dollar Tree uh, that has a lid on it, and you can put what do you call it, straw in it, and take that, make it. Mm, it'll be just as good when you need it as Starbucks, and take that money, $160, and start an investment. You can talk to a banker at your bank, and he can give you advice on this, or you can talk to my co-host uh, in the future because she gives advice on this, and she has helped me with my finances. As a matter of fact, she handles my finances. So, and she has made a lot of money for my investment in a short amount of time. She's good. She has a master's in business administration. Okay, so she's good. All right, so that's taking action. Take out Starbucks. You don't need that, and continue to declutter uh, your finances and things that you don't need. Okay, and then minimize. Okay, and each time you can start paying off bills like credit cards and stuff like that. So I would start with the highest credit card, and since you have $160, uh, I would put an extra 60 if you have like the minimum payment. I have been only making the minimum payment. Say it was $30, then add the 60 every month to the 30, and that's $90. And you should be able to possibly pay off that one before the end of the year. So start with that, then go on down the line, get those credit cards out, but always keep one for emergencies. Keep one. And each time you need to buy something or think it's an emergency, then before that month is out, uh, pay it off what was on that card. Uh, because they after that they will start taking out finance charges, and that's extra money. So don't let it do that. Okay. Ah, let's see here. Okay. So you start making a budget and putting money away. Uh, the last and the most important thing, stick to your budget. And what I like to do at the end of the month is to check if I have paid those things that I'm supposed to pay. Look back on it and look back on it and check it. And if it comes out to exactly what the budget said, then you're off to a great start. Okay? So stick with it. And I will be here as soon as I'm monetized. I'm planning on consulting on budgeting and decluttering your finances. Uh, I don't think that'll be long. So I will let you all know what's going on, and you'll know when I know. All right. So now I will say goodbye and until the next time. Okay. Uh, God is faithful. He will not let you be tempted beyond what you can bear. And that's 1 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 13. So I will say, take care of yourself and each other. And please share this information. I'm sure that there's a lot of people out there that don't know how to declutter their finances or budget that could use this information. So please pass this information on, and thank you for coming, and take care of yourself and each other, and thank you for supporting me. Bye bye. Namaste.